What's up, everybody? This is Poggy with TGN, and I am bringing you an Alysrazor 25-man normal mode encounter with Drama Society on Drendon, US server. As you can see, we begin the fight by spamming "I am a llama, hear me roar" into the chat box over and over again in order to intimidate the boss. What that does is allows you to attack the boss a little bit harder at the opening of the fight. It gives you a speed buff and a haste buff whenever you spam things into the chat bar. At the opening of the fight, the boss will knock you back and do a bunch of raid damage, and you can pop your cooldowns if you want at the beginning of the fight, because by the time you get to the middle of the fight after the first tornado phase, you'll be able to use your cooldowns again. So there's enough time that using a cooldown at the beginning of the fight is perfectly okay to do, because you'll have plenty of time for it to cool down. What you're going to do at the beginning of the fight, if you're a healer, is grab 2 feathers to get a haste buff and a speed buff. Not a haste buff, a speed buff for your walking around, and also to be able to cast while you're moving. Casting while you're moving is crucial and critical for healers, because you're going to be doing a lot of moving around, and you won't be able to do a whole lot of healing otherwise. And as a druid, obviously mostly you focus on hots, but you do have a nourish spam and a possible healing touch spam as well. For the most part, just nourish on the tank and just keep that up, and you can also do a rejuvenation or a swiftman to get your efflorescence up as well. So the tanks here are actually going to be pulling the adds over the hatchlings over the worms in order to kill the worms, and this is good and important, because otherwise the raid takes enormous amounts of damage from the flame from the worms. So it's really important that the tanks are on the job, are on their game when it comes to getting those worms killed. Now, as you can see here, our tank is really on the ball, both of them actually, on the other side as well. And we have pretty much all the worms down already, so that was pretty quick. And another thing is that, as a healer, you're probably going to be assigned to one side or the other. During 25-man, I believe they're going to split it up 3 to each side. It might be 2 to each side, I can't remember exactly. I think it was 3 to each side, and then I think that was it. So it was me on the green side, or on the right side, I believe, and Namada on the left side as the other druid, and I can't remember the other setup that we had, but it was pretty much evenly split. And that allows us to focus healing on one side of the raid or the other. That way we're not worried about one side dying and the other side not. It's really important that you know these assignments and you keep these assignments, because if you don't, you're going to end up killing somebody in the raid. And let's see, I still have my speed buff. Now that haste the speed buff that you get doesn't wear off until after the first tornado phase, and by then, like I said, your cooldown, you see I'm already at 30 seconds on my cooldown there for my tree form. We have plenty of time to do this, and we actually DPS down the ads really fast, and we have to wait now for the tornado phase is going to be a little while. So, next fiery vortex in 20 seconds. So we're actually way ahead of schedule with killing those ads. Obviously, I think we're probably going to have to start doing this one on heroic, because this is just too easy. And once we get to the vortex, you're going to see a huge bundle of tornadoes. If you haven't seen this already, all you have to do is just run around and avoid the tornadoes. You kind of do it like you're playing Frogger. You just kind of look up at your character and strafe back and forth. As you saw there, I started strafing just to make sure my fingers are in the right place. And you just strafe back and forth. You can run forward, run backwards. And looking up at your character from the top view is really the easiest way to avoid all the tornadoes. I've never really had an issue doing it that way. For the most part. Sometimes accidents happen and you end up hitting 1 or 2, but that's okay. As long as you don't eat it completely, you'll be fine. I know some people did. I think we had somebody actually eat one completely and die, which embarrassing for them now that they're on TGN, isn't it? So here we are now on phase... I don't know what phase this is. It's the end of the phase, and then it washes and rinses and repeats. So after this phase here, we're going to repeat phase 1 again. So starting over, and as you can see, we're going to need to pick up our feathers right about now. Feathers reset. And then we can pop cooldowns again, and you're good to go. I got ahead and did a Tranquility, and I popped my Tree of Life farm as well, and I'm doing Wild Growth as it's on cooldown. And as you can see, Alysrazor is pretty much already dead. We didn't even really get a chance to do a second phase. Like I said, we're way ahead of schedule on this boss. It's probably going to be a good time to start doing heroics on this. You know, it's just too easy at this point. We're working on progression, obviously. We did heroic Shanox, and I'll probably be doing a video on heroic Shanox tomorrow as well. The boss actually dropped a mount, the mount that you get here in the Firelands, which I was pretty excited about, and I rolled an 81 on that mount, and our other one of our other guys rolled a 98 Demon Eye in Group 5 right below me. She rolled a 98, I think, and freaking took that crap from me, and that really didn't piss me off at all because I'm not much of a mount collector myself, but it's okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and if you would like to see the rest of this encounter, please feel free to watch it, and I will be with you next time.